Hello, my name is Mads Toling and I'm a jazz violinist. I actually flew down this morning from the Bay Area of Northern California. Now we're in Southern California and we're about to play a wonderful gig here at the Steamers Cafe in Fullerton. My quartet has been together for about 4 years now, and we've been playing all kinds of different venues, mainly in California. We've been recording a couple of albums. It's nice to be down here in LA for sort of our debut show around here. I've been playing electric violins of various kinds for the past 15 years. Pickups, or lavalier mics, or real kind of full-body electric violins. And Yamaha is the one I'm using now. I used to play on the SV250, this is the 250, so this is a step up for sure when it comes to features. And you can see it is quite narrow framed here, thin too, which makes for a very light violin. Actually, I was just testing it yesterday with my regular acoustic fiddle from Italy, and this one is lighter. That's very rare for electric violins. I don't think I've tried any electric violin that's this light. So that's great. That's really easy to play and hold for long periods of time. I'd also like to talk about some details about the material and the finish of this instrument because the wood itself is actually spruce on the top and maple on the back. You can see that when you look closer that it has that, look of an actual acoustic violin. And that makes a huge difference when you amplify it too. It's just going to make everything sound better and more lifelike, like a real violin. So Yamaha obviously put some extra effort into making that happen. And so by that you will find it in this particular finish, in this particular color. What you're looking at here is what you get for the SV250. It's nice, there are 4 fine tuners. That was also not on the previous model. And it's really kind of intuitive design. Everything is sort of just one piece here. It even goes into the chin rest here where the plug goes in. One main difference is the way that the pickup system works on this fiddle. There are actually 2 pickups on it. There's one in the bridge here that you can see. It's sort of a black part here that is actually the pickup on the bridge. And then there's some space here for the pickup that's actually in a sort of a hollow body place of the instrument. And you can now blend them. So you can decide depending on the occasion, you can actually decide which type of sound you want. The bridge pickup I found was a little more cutting through and maybe works for if you really want to play rock and roll or styles that require a loud tone. And the body pickup, which again is the one that's built in here, that one was much warmer. I personally like that the most. Works well for my type of style, which is more jazz and acoustic music, mixing a lot of different styles together. So now I'd like to demonstrate how the 2 pickups sound. So this, first of all, is the body pickup. And now this is the bridge pickup. So as you can hear, the body is a little more, has a little more ambience to the sound, and really is essentially what it is, amplifies the body of the instrument. You're going to get a little more wooden sound, whereas the bridge is a little narrower, but maybe projects a bit better, again in settings where you need that. So not a huge difference, but enough that you can play around with it. Just to demonstrate what they would be equally blend, here's an equal blend of the 2. it goes into this preamp here. And the way that works is you can either leave it on your pedal board, or you can actually attach it to your belt here on the side because there's a little clip on it too. And this one's sort of a mini volume pedal. It has obviously volume and then treble and bass too that you can adjust on the fly if you need to. Besides that, it has an XLR that you can use if you play shows where you need a balanced output on your instrument, so the sound guy will take that directly, so you don't need anything else. It has the ground lift here and a balanced out that you can adjust, and it runs on 2 AA batteries. So the way I have it set up here for the digital system is that it essentially runs here. You can see it's a cable here that runs to the preamp, the Yamaha preamp here, connects right here, and then it takes an out right here. And that runs through my pedal board, which has a volume pedal and all kinds of effects, and a little paracoustic DI, and that actually will run to the amp from there. So that's the way I have it set up here, but you could essentially just go directly from the violin to the Yamaha preamp and then right out to the amp. So I just added a little bit of further equalization effects. The other thing is, as the name is, it's the silent series, and that means that it is pretty silent when you play it acoustically. However, the thing I showed before with the little preamp is that you can actually plug it in to headphones, and by that you can have just your regular sound in your headphones, and when you're in a hotel room at night you won't disturb anybody else. You can actually practice, at 2 in the morning, which is a nice thing. In terms of playing the violin too, I found that it was very much similar to playing just an acoustic violin. I didn't find there were many differences, and that mainly is, besides the air where there is actually wood on an acoustic violin, is that it really feels a lot like a regular violin. The way the bridge is, just a regular violin bridge, and of course this part really is the shape of it, and that's what you feel when you play with your left hand on the fingerboard. You can actually use your own shoulder rest in this model too. The way that it works is that there's a metal frame that's attached to the body itself, and out of that, it feels very much just the width of a regular violin. So for that you can just put whatever shoulder rests you like, coon or wolf or whatever, and yeah, just kind of sits there. The string action, again, I want to just emphasize, is very much like an acoustic violin, I feel. Playing it feels and looks, when I look at the fingerboard and the distance from the string to the fingerboard and all the measurements, it just is very much similar to an acoustic violin. It just makes it really easy to play, which is what you want. You don't want to switch to an electric instrument and then you have to spend an hour to get used to it.